back to my channel. My name is Diana Inganga and I'm a HR professional, and today on our talk we are going to focus on how to give feedback. How do you give feedback to your peer-to-peer? How do you give feedback to your colleague? How do you give feedback to your boss? You know, in our day-to-day activities in the organization, it is very important to give feedback because feedback is very vital in the organization, being that for you to be able to do each and everything that you do well and to know if you're doing the right thing or are you in the right track, it is important for you to always receive feedback when it comes to you being able to achieve your goals in the organization. But most of the time when you're giving feedback, how do you feel? Do you feel like you're so emotional when you're being given, the one receiving feedback? Or maybe you're the one who's giving somebody feedback but you really feel emotional. It's okay to feel emotional because each and every person, whenever anyone even giving your friend feedback, it can be very hard. It's the same thing when it comes to the organization. People can feel very sad even as you deliver the feedback. But one thing about giving feedback, it is very good because it sets you in a space whereby you're able to receive and know your gray areas, know where you're doing very well, know places where you're struggling and things that you really need to work on for you to be able to get to where you're supposed to go. And another thing is that when you withhold feedback, let's say you want to give feedback to your colleague, or maybe you want to give feedback to your boss, or you being a leader, you want to give feedback to your team, but you keep on withholding feedback, then it means you've not gotten to a place whereby you're respecting these people, or you've gotten to a place whereby you really want these people to grow. Because withholding feedback, it means that you don't want an individual to grow. But if you give them feedback in a positive way, you just have to tell them the way it is, but also make sure you sandwich. You don't just come and tell somebody, you're always very bad at doing things, so you just always give bare minimum, or maybe you're struggling in this area. There's a way you need to come and give somebody feedback for them also to come and just know that you have the best intentions for them. And also when it comes to giving feedback, does it mean that when you receive feedback, do you feel attacked? Because there's some people whereby if you give them feedback, they feel like you've attacked them, or maybe they even want to fight you. But it's okay for somebody to feel attacked because it is not an easy place for somebody just to come and give you feedback and for you just to take it very well. So it is important that also when you're given feedback, you don't have to go and act on it immediately, because you can receive feedback today, but it means that you have to process the feedback and also know where is this thing coming from, for you also to be in a safer space for you to respond, or even to say that I'm going to improve in one thing, the second thing and the third thing, for you to be able to grow. So it is very important for people to actually give feedback, and do not withhold any feedback, and let it not be like a fight. Let it have a balance. When you have something that you need to tell someone, make sure it has a balance so that you don't get to a place whereby you go too personal. And also when you're giving feedback, make sure that the thing that you're talking about, it's because you want to see improvement, not that you want to expose this person, or maybe you want them to know that you're the one that is so superior, or the one that is having all the right information. But you need to get to a place whereby when you're giving somebody feedback, let it be, if we are talking about the glasses, let us focus on the glasses. If we are talking about the papers, let us focus on the papers, so that when you're giving feedback, you don't just go and start saying, I am giving you feedback, but I want you to work on all these things. And another thing, when you're giving feedback, if you're a leader and you're giving feedback to your subordinates, make sure that the feedback is present, so that if you're giving any feedback, the employee can be able to resonate and see, this is the time that I did this thing and I need an improvement on this area, so that you don't put an employee in a space whereby you're giving feedback of things that which this person did a year ago. So it is important that the feedback needs to be present, so that if you're seeing there's a place that somebody needs to improve, or maybe something that really happened recently, it is important you pick it at that time, so that you don't have to take it after 6 months and then you're telling this person, even last year, even this year, even the 3 months, even the 4 months, you did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Your feedback needs to be present. And even as a colleague, a peer to peer, if your colleague has done something to you, or maybe you feel like you're working on a project and you haven't been able to deliver, it is important that you actually give them feedback that is immediate, so that you don't take it to heart and just being in a space whereby you feel like you're not listened, or you feel like this person is dragging you behind. So it is important that every feedback that is being given, it has to be present. After all is said and done, feedback is very important in the organization for people to be able to achieve each and everything they're supposed to achieve. So don't withhold feedback. Make sure you're giving feedback to your employees and to your colleagues for us to have better workplaces, and to have spaces whereby people can be able to express how they feel and be able to express things which needs to be improved. So thank you so much for watching my video. Until next time, make sure you like, comment and subscribe, and also leave a comment below. Goodbye.